Let me guess, you've had one of those months. The invoices went out, the clients were happy, and then suddenly, silence. You check your bank account. It's not panic exactly, but it's close. That, my friend, is the feast and famine cycle, and it's exhausting. If you've ever thought, I just want to know that the money's coming in consistently, then today's episode is going to make you breathe a little easier, because we're talking today about recurring revenue, what it is, why it changes everything, and how to create it in your business without working harder. One of my favourite topics, this is building a business with stable, predictable income. And we're going to unpack 3 big ideas: the power of recurring revenue, how to build memberships or retainers that actually make money, and how to sell your offers to organisations, not just individuals. So if you're ready to move from chaos to consistency, grab your cuppa because this one's full of gold. I want to talk about the power of recurring revenue. Revenue that repeats is revenue that releases pressure. When I first started coaching, my business was all one-off projects. Great money, but super inconsistent. One month I'd be flying, the next I'd be wondering where the next client was coming from. It did my head in. Then I built Thriving Women, a program with a membership model, monthly recurring revenue. Suddenly, everything changed. I could plan. I could hire. I could breathe. That's what recurring revenue does. It gives you stability and headspace. It lets you think long-term instead of living month to month. I want to talk about Marissa. Marissa has been selling individual leadership courses, but each launch felt like starting from scratch. So we got together and we crunched the numbers. We realised if she sold a $49 a month membership to organisations, she only needed to sell 307 members to hit 15 grand per month. But if she did that in organisational land where there was 20 to 30 to 50 women in leadership, it's a much easier sell. It was not a dream, it was a strategy. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your current income goal and ask yourself, what would it look like if 80% of this came in on repeat? I want you to think about retainers, memberships, subscriptions, anything that keeps cash flowing without you starting from zero every single month. Because that's when you stop chasing stales and start building security. If you've been listening to this podcast for quite some time, you'll know that financial security is my main aim. I want women to make money so that they feel financially secure. That's the first thing. Security is awesome. Profit is even better, so you can reinvest in your business. I want to talk to you about designing offers that create stability. See, recurring revenue isn't about slapping a subscription on something that doesn't fit. It's about designing offers that deliver ongoing value. One of my clients, she runs an outsourcing agency and she used to work on project-by-project contracts. Great for short bursts, but exhausting to manage. And together we turned her packages into monthly retainers with defined deliverables and check-ins. It was outcome focused and her clients loved it. They got consistent support, she got predictable cash flow, and within 3 months she doubled her income and halved her stress. That's the power of a well-structured offer. I want to put a caveat in here. You still need to deliver well. It's not enough to have a bright, shiny offer and charge X amount of money without delivering it well. You have to deliver it well. So here's the question that I've got for you. The question you need to ask yourself is, where do my clients need consistency and how can I build that into my business model? Could it be a monthly support package? Could it be a quarterly mastermind? Is it an ongoing membership? Remember, recurring revenue isn't just good for you, it's also good for your clients. It creates trust, rhythm, and long-term results. I want to talk about selling to organisations, not just individuals. So if we're going to dial this up a notch and back to Marissa, who went, okay, here's what I can do for individuals and here's what I can do in organizations. Sometimes recurring revenue grows faster when you sell to organizations. Kind of makes sense, right? Individuals often buy once. They're kind of one and done. Businesses buy repeatedly. There is employee turnover. They need different levels of offers for different levels in the organisation. Once you get in one organisation, you get recommended for other organisations. And Marissa and I talked about her shifting her focus from these individual women to corporate HR teams. So instead of chasing 500 solo signups, she could sell 10 corporate memberships, which each bring in 50 women. It's a totally different game. It is a level up. I am not going to lie to you. It's not about marketing harder in that. It's actually about marketing smarter. It's about being a bit more strategic because you're selling one contract, not 50 conversations. And the stakes can be higher. If you're considering selling to organizations or corporates, I want you to do this as the next step. Identify 3 to 5 organizations that align with your mission, your purpose, your target market, and then ask what's one way I could help their team to perform better, communicate better, lead better, whatever the thing is. Then simply reach out with your idea. You're not pitching a product, you're offering a solution. And you're also not pitching, you're building relationships. And once they're in, that recurring revenue plays out and the revenue plays to scale. So let's pull this all together. Recurring revenue gives you freedom. It's the antidote to burnout. Smart offers build sustainability. Think long-term relationships, not one-time wins. Corporate clients multiply your impact. One sale can create dozens of seats at your table. When you design your business for consistent income, you stop reacting and you start leading. And that's when you really become the CEO of your business. You're calm, confident, and in control. And isn't that what we all want? Right now, you might be interested in creating recurring revenue. You've just listened to this and thought, that's amazing. Trust me, it is amazing. But how do you actually get it done? Because it's great to have a dream, but you got to kind of have a plan. This is where I come in. We can look at your business, we can look at the current operations, your current business model, and we can shift it and shape it to help you have the freedom and stability in your business.